got you the pixie haircut that Vicki Naylor did, was you were the cutest thing, and I had made you that dress that was blue with the multicolored, and it had the little short sleeves.
Oh, the mini dress.
Yeah, and you were in the pixie haircut. You were just absolutely adorable. And Scott, of course, did not speak to his first grade teacher the entire year. You would take him to class and explain to the teacher about him.
But no, Mrs.
Hawkins.
Yeah, explained to me I didn't need to do that, that was her job, and she could do it just fine without me, thank you.
And all except Scott made pretty good grades. Terry's, it's blinking.
Right, it means we have 5 minutes left.
Terry didn't make exceptional grades, but all of you made fairly good grades except Scott, who failed American history.
Moving on to your grandchildren, do you have little routines or rituals that you observe together?
Well, of course, I know Austin so much better than any of the others because we kept him, but of course, the same ritual worked with Jude as well as Nick. That thing of, I say yes, I say no.
I say no. Are there any corners of the world that you long to explore?
No, I think once I had you kids, I realized I'm not a world traveler. I've always enjoyed my family and being with my family.
Is there anywhere you visited that you'd hope to return to?
Well, I'd like to go back. I'd like to feel well enough to go back to California and see all of y'all, and I'd like to see Terry's house.
What would you do if you won $1 million?
Probably give it to you kids.
Anything else?
You know that I once read this story that this couple that won the lottery, and she said they bought a ranch with it, and she says, which keeps my husband occupied, but she says, do you know how much time it takes up to manage several $1 million? She says, you know, I think I was happier before we won it. She says, I spent all of my time moving money around or making decisions about it. She said, my life was much freer before we won it.
What advice or words of wisdom would you like to pass down to your children and grandchildren?
That you simply must live each day for what you can get out of it, and don't sweat the small stuff. And if your kids are doing something that's driving you crazy, wait 3 months and they'll be doing something different that drives you crazy.
What favorite books and music would you choose to take to a desert island?
Favorite books? Well, I adore the movie and the book Jane Eyre. I guess it was because it was one of the first grown-up novels I ever read, and I adored. And I enjoyed Gone with the Wind.
I have very fond memories of going to see that with you. You took Teresa and I, and it was very grown up.
And music, I still like Herb Alpert, and I still like Nat King Cole. I'll never be somebody that likes opera or stuff like that. It just bores the... I'm like R.L. Thornton. He says, I will support the opera with all the money I have as long as I don't have to go.
And finally, how would you like to be remembered?
As someone that was trustworthy, that was fairly honest with themselves and everyone else, and did her duty,
That's a-
whatever it was, and hopefully with a sense of humor occasionally.
I think you did that.